Hello friends, Self-Critical Automaton here for more Dark Souls, and today we're going to go kill skeletons, because skeletons are awful and everyone hates them, especially me. It is possibly the hottest day of the year so far, so I am recording with the windows open. I apologise if there's any background noise, or car horns getting honked, or young men hitting each other with sticks going on out there, you know, just regular summer stuff. Why isn't this guy waking up? Oh, there we go. Probably should have kept walking. Oh well. So, I'm using the Astora Straight Sword, which as you can see, makes short work of these guys, because they are weak to holy damage. Being, shameful parodies of what was once light and alive and living. So the Catacombs is the first part of the, area that is Lord Nito's zone. We won't be fighting Nito yet because there are barriers between most of the deity figures and the rest of the world, which we have to unlock in Anor Londo. So I'm mostly just doing this because I've normally done this and a few other things before I go to Anor Londo, so when I'm in Anor Londo I'm more powerful than I currently am in this playthrough. It's not necessary, but most people do go through the Catacombs before they go through a lot of the rest of the game. It's a good place to go early on in the game. Because, while the skeletons in the graveyard do return, and skeletons in general will usually come back whenever you whoa. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those. Skeletons in general do come back when they die, just like undead do, but these guys, they keep coming back. Each zone has a necromancer. If you kill the necromancer, the skeletons stop respawning. They still come back if you rest at a bonfire, but they don't come back if you kill them, which is good. So the exception to that is with divine weapons. Weapons that do divine damage will always kill a skeleton. They still come back from bonfires, but they don't come back from whatchamacallums, from necromancy. These floaty head things. Oh, hello, that guy's come back. Am I using the right sword? That's weird. Pretty sure this is the Astora Straight Sword. Have I made some kind of mistake? Still, good to find out now before I go in. Let's see. God damn it, skeleton. There we go. You gonna come back? If you come back, I'll be very disappointed. I'm pretty sure you don't get souls if they are gonna come back, so I think that one's dead for good. I'm not sure why he came back the last time I killed him. Let's see if we can get this one to explode as well. These things are just like just weird explosion heads. I think they're called wraith skulls or something. They just, they scream and explode and go boom. It's weird, but, you know, when you're dead, you've got to get your kicks somehow. I think the other way to kill them and prevent them coming back is to knock them or trick them into walking off an edge into you know, a bottomless pit. So, yeah. That's not a bottomless pit. I can see the bottom from here. Here we go. Always descend via ladders, since a broken ankle often offends. It's very dark down here. I hate... There's a lot of really clever sound design in this game, and one of the worst, by which I mean best, bits is here and in a few other places where you can hear the crackle of bones underneath your feet. Listen to that. Horrible, isn't it? Fun fact, it is actually possible to get backstabs on skeletons. I've no idea why this hurts them more than ordinary attacks, since they don't have any vulnerable spots. They're just skeletons, you know. I thought there were 3 in here. Oh well. Yeah. There's 2 in here. There's not much to say about this really. It's, you know, it's a catacomb. It's a catacomb in all the ways that catacombs traditionally are catacombs. You got skeletons, you got corpses, you got graves, you got necromancers, holes in the walls. I think this leads to the bonfire and the first necromancer. There he is. Necromancers throw fireballs. Who knew? It is weird that necromancers throw fireballs actually, because they aren't associated with pyromancy. In fact, I'm not sure they're associated with any particular schools of magic other than necromancy. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing catacombs have. Thousands and thousands of gross giant bugs crawling all over the walls. Lovely. So yeah, I'm going to rest here even though there's not really any need to. Just because I don't want to have to run all the way from Andre's shop if I die. Since the Firelink Shrine is bonfire is down at the moment, I basically have to rely on other bonfires. So let's see if I can get a backstab on this guy. I'm sure I've backstabbed skeletons before. At least it makes more sense than that time in I was playing Skyrim and I snuck up behind a ghost and cut its throat. It actually played the throat cutting animation, which was... Oh, there we go! Haha! One hit kill. Like, why is that worse than just stabbing it normally? It's a skeleton. It's not like it has a spine for me to sever. Some of these are traps. I can never remember which ones are which, so I tend to just roll past all of them. This place can be really tough if you don't have a divine weapon. But to use the Astora Straight Sword you only need... what is it? 14? Yeah, 14 faith. And since we started with 11, it's not exactly difficult to put 3 points in it. Obviously other characters will have an easier or a harder... Oh, bye then. That's the other thing about skeletons. They are very, very, very runny and jumpy. They are very, very likely to hurl themselves off edges if they see you from a distance, which may or may not result in their semi-permanent death. Also, they are still very nasty. They do a lot of bleed damage, and they're fast and generally a problem. So yeah, if you knock them off this hole, there's actually a floor down there, so they will survive. I mean, they'll die, but they'll come back, because that's how skeletons roll. See if we can lure him off the edge. Oh, that's right, they can't. No, that's how skeletons roll, I guess. So I guess he's stuck wherever he is. That one's running onto spikes and hurting itself. Fantastic. So, yeah, you can get through here if you're quick. Basically, you have to run past all the skeletons and head straight for each area's necromancer. Once you kill the necromancer who is running an area, then you are pretty much free to go at your leisure, since skeletons will no longer be a threat. Or at least they will still be a threat, but they'll know... Oh, wow. No, 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 no. Ah. I'm going to get away from that archer. He's causing me problems. Right then. So... skeletons do have this fantastic leaping, twirling attack, which leaves them pretty vulnerable. But does do a lot of damage, as I've just shown by getting hit by it a bunch of times. Ah, fuck, I'm stuck. Oh no. Oh, what the... Okay, that was a glitch. I cannot be blamed for that. Fucking hell. Presumably, what just happened was, I got, I guess, clipped into too small a space for the game to sort of comprehend what was happening. So it spat me back out, like, oh, let's say a toddler discovering that food that aren't sweets is nasty. No, that's a terrible analogy. Pretty sure these ones aren't traps. Yep, we're fine. The ones that are traps shoot spikes out, which is just, you know, it just ruins anyone's day. Skeleton suck. Undead rule. I'm a proper undead, unlike a crappy skeleton. Oh, that's the thought, can I? Ah, yeah, they are. So, some of the skeletons are already awake and some of them aren't. The ones that aren't awake are in bones on the floor, so... yeah, if I do this I can take them one or two at a time. If they don't just straight up fall off the edge. Oh look, there's a few of them there actually. Bye! Oh, that's interesting, I got points for that one. Presumably that means it fell into an actual hole, not bottomless hole. Clang. Or maybe fall damage kills them permanently, although I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Okay. Oh, bye. Just grab the old bloodstain. So we should be short one of the ones in here. That guy's causing me problems. There's two in here now, because I've taken care of the rest of them. If I knock this one down, then the other one will be a doddle, as we in the UK say. I don't know what a doddle actually is. Like, I don't know where that word comes from. No doubt someone will enlighten me in the comments. Yeah, these ones are traps. Nope. There's a fair few items scattered around here, lots of stuff to get. Lots more skeletons to kill, or re-kill, or dead, or... what's an appropriate word? Destroy? No, because they're not really destroyed if they come back, right? And the bones are all still there. Deanimate? I suppose that'll do. Jumping attack is never really very useful because they're quite fast to get the shields up. Ugh, come on, Boney, let's be having you. There we go. The old two-hit heavy attack combo will usually kill them right out. Kill them outright? Right out? Whatever. Is there one in here? Yes, there is. There's two. Sufficient damage will knock them down, which is always useful. They've got lots of combos, they move really fast, they are generally a huge pain. Skeletons are just a problem for everyone, really. Ah, the Lucerne Hammer. Now, there's a really interesting thing about the Lucerne Hammer, which I suspect is not actually deliberate in any way. This is just an interesting thing to think about. So the Lucerne Hammer is a polearm designed for, you know, hurting someone who's in heavy armor. It's a big old hammer with a spike on it. But it's named for the German, I think German, town of Lucerne. It was used by mercenaries from Lucerne, and I think it was first used in Lucerne, something like that, so that's why it's named the Lucerne Hammer. However, that's a real place. And this, backstab, fantastic. I didn't even hit any of his bones, it just went through his, like, the gap between his pelvis and his non-pelvisy bits. So, yeah, Lucerne is a real place. Lordran is not a real place. The other realms in the world of Lordran aren't real either. So, what gives, peeps? What is up with this? Does this mean that there is a Lucerne here somewhere? Is there, in fact, a Lucerne? Is this our world? No, obviously not. It's just called the Lucerne because the Lucerne Hammer is, you know, one of many types of polearm that show up in fantasy games. It's just that, you know, there's only so many names you can give to your fantasy weapons. Most of them are based on real weapons. Most real weapons aren't actually named for real places. It's that simple. Is there an item here? I always forget. I think there's one back here somewhere. Oh, I already got the one from in here. Nope, that's everything. So, yeah. Like, I mean, a scimitar isn't named... A scimitar is what we call a scimitar in real life, right? But, yeah. we call a lucerne, even though it's blatantly named. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of belaboring the point here. Yeah, these are the ones that are trapped. Let's see if I can lure out some of these heads. They're completely intangible. You can't trigger them with arrows, as I will now demonstrate, or prove myself to be an idiot. Yeah, they're completely immune to everything. You can't even hurt them at all. The only... Ah, dicks. No. Yeah, I forgot that there's a necromancer over where those two skeletons were, on the other side of the spikes. Let's deal with him. So yeah, if you want to go through this area and you don't have a divine weapon, the Astoris Straight Sword being the easiest divine weapon to obtain, and the second easiest being to go to Sin's Fortress, get the Lightning Spear, then bye. Oh wow, that one actually took damage from landing on the spikes before falling into the pit. What was I saying? Yeah, skeletons aren't very clever. They're very easy to trick into destroy. Oh, hello. Fun thing, though, is that these things trigger by proximity. They don't trigger by proximity to other things, only to me. However, other things will be hurt by their explosion. There's a tough bit later on where you have to fight 3 skeletons in a close area, and if you're quick, you can persuade one of those to explode and knock all 3 of them into a bottomless pit. Which is effective. I guess these aren't the trapped ones. Oh, wow, okay, yeah, that was definitely a trap. See the spikes? Wow. So yeah. Oh, trying to sneak up on me. I'm actually feeling halfway competent for once, which is probably something I shouldn't have said, since whenever I feel competent and say anything like, oh, I'm feeling competent, that's when I start dying. This way leads to... Ah, here it is. This flips the doodad. This flips the thingamajig. The what's it? The gizmo, the contraption, the very traditional piece of technology called a bridge. So yeah, good old bridge. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Ouch! I thought that one wasn't trapped. Yeah, it flips this bridge over so that you can cross it. What did this guy drop? Hopefully... Fantastic, a skull lantern. Skull lanterns are pretty neat, but also kind of gross. They're like lanterns, but skulls. Yes, okay. This leads to... Let's see, there's, is it this one? Oh, I guess not. Maybe this one? Ah, there we go. Haha. It's a long way down, but there's some treasure to get. And there's also some crystal lizards. But it's really difficult to get them because they run away through that corridor of traps. Oh, you are joking. Oh, that one got away, I guess. So we can hit that one. Nope. Let's see if I can hit them with a fire orb if I can get close enough. Or hit it with a fire orb. Hey! Fantastic. Didn't even need to use 2. The other one got away, but, it's... Ouch! That's life. Oh, fuck! That's life, you know? Sometimes the crystal lizards do get away, and you've just got to deal with that. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? You know. Yet another way in which Dark Souls is a metaphor for, you know, life. Wow, that waterfall's getting really loud. I always think there's items here, but there never are. And this just drops you down back on the other side of the bridge. See? There's the, fancy, vaguely Aztec turny thing. Studded with skulls, like all good turny things. We are pushing up against the edge of the episode time, so... I'm gonna, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna, call it the end of the episode here, and get back to you later. It has, as always, been a pleasure. Bye!